Fighters from European countries may be used to protect Ukrainian regions from Russian attacks. This is envisaged in the Sky Shield plan developed by military experts, which provides for the participation of Allied aircraft in repelling Russian attacks in the event of an escalation of hostilities. Aviation expert and former test engineer at the Antonov Design Bureau, Konstantin Krivolap, told Glavred about this in an interview. According to the expert, European fighters will patrol the Ukrainian skies to ensure the proposed moratorium on missile and drone strikes for a period of 1 month. Control over its observance will be entrusted in particular to the air forces of the partners. They will control a certain airspace to prevent violations, except for a 200-kilometer zone near the front. But this does not mean that Russia will not try to strike, the expert said. Krivolap notes that if a cruise missile is launched, the Eurofighter will not stand aside. The task of the Allied aviation is to protect Ukrainian airspace, but strikes on the territory of the Russian Federation, in particular on Moscow, are not envisaged. This is an exclusively defensive mission. He told that any country that has the appropriate permission from the Ukrainian authorities can conduct air patrols within the framework of the Sky Shield initiative. For example, even the Luxembourg Air Force can participate in this operation and do whatever it wants here, if appropriate agreements are reached with the Ukrainian authorities. The question is currently being decided. Which countries will join the initiative, which aircraft will be involved, what the coordination with the Ukrainian air defense and European systems will be, as well as the data exchange protocols, he said. According to him, that is, ideologically, the Sky Shield concept has already been formed and is not subject to revision. Now only the practical aspects of implementation are being worked out. That is, only a plan for specific actions. The Russians are reacting extremely negatively to the initiative, stating that any country whose planes fly over Ukraine and shoot down Russian missiles could become the target of aggression, which would lead to escalation. However, Europe understands the nature of Russian threats and does not intend to retreat. They don't give a damn about escalation and are ready for it. Great Britain and France have already supported the initiative, and now the decision of other countries is expected, he added.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky arrived in Saudi Arabia on Monday to visit the oil-rich kingdom's crown prince ahead of his team's meeting with America's top diplomat on Tuesday. According to Associated Press, Saudi state television reported Zelensky's arrival in Jeddah, a port city on the Red Sea where the Ukraine-US summit will take place. At stake is the military aid and intelligence previously offered by the United States that had helped Kyiv since Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio was en route to Jeddah as well, but it didn't appear that he and Zelensky would meet in person there.
Thank you very much. Mr. President, welcome. We're very honored to have you. Thank you. You're welcome.
Ukraine continues attacks on Crimea. The peninsula was hit again by drones. In this case, the Atesh partisan group sabotaged a railway line linking parts of occupied Crimea with the front line in Zaporizhia Oblast, disrupting Russian supply lines, the group claimed via telegram. An operative burned down a relay cabinet near the village of Stolbov in occupied Crimea, Atesh said, posting undated video footage of the alleged sabotage. The operation aimed to disrupt Russian military logistics, Atesh reported. The targeted railway connected occupied Crimea with parts of occupied Zaporizhia Oblast. Russian military expert Vitaly Kiselyov said that extensive drone and missile attacks on Crimea, Donbass, Novorossiya, and other regions of Russia may indicate that the U.S. government has not stopped supplying weapons to Ukraine. The U.S. can say that they are stopping supplies, etc. This is a lie. Let's look at our observations from different regions of Russia over the past 24 hours, the amount of ammunition flying from the Ukrainian side, attacks by drones. Ukrainian forces have launched about 250 UAVs into our territory. Today, the Crimean Peninsula is simply under attack by drones, both air and ground, day and night. The hypocrisy of the West is showing its true colors, he said. Kiselyov noted that restrictions on U.S. intelligence sharing with Ukraine will not affect the intensity of attacks on Russian cities. Ukrainian forces also receive intelligence from French intelligence. The United States has, just about, ended its freeze on intelligence sharing with Kiev, U.S. President Donald Trump told reporters aboard Air Force One. CIA Director John Ratcliffe announced on March 5 that the U.S. had halted intelligence sharing with Ukraine, amid the fallout of the White House argument between Trump and President Volodymyr Zelensky. The move followed Washington's decision to immediately freeze all military aid to Ukraine. According to Reuters, when asked whether the U.S. would end the suspension of intelligence sharing, Trump told reporters, "We just about have. We just about have."